Okay, ordinary old guy in the old garage gym. Take three. Reason take three, and what am I doing today? Oh, it's supposed to be a shoulder workout, so to speak. But we'll check it in for a second. Just hang in there for a minute, because I have this device that records me, and you shall not utter its name. And even if you remotely say something like, I don't know, it's like Sauron or Voldemort or something, then it just does what it wants to do. So that's what I'm using. I have to be very careful. That's why it's take three on this. And I'm shooting it one time through because I don't have all that fancy razzle dazzle editing stuff, and I can't put stuff back together and all kinds of nonsense here. Shoulder workout. And what I'm going to be sharing today is what is my shoulder workout as a sign for my physical therapy for this shoulder over here. I don't know if any of you have a shoulder in which when you try to exert force in a certain way, it goes clunk, 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 clunk. Okay, it's not so much an issue of severe pain and like, oh my gosh, my shoulder's hurting me, I can't lay down, stuff like that. It's just so disturbing and just bothersome. And it does impact being able to do things. So let's move on, and I'll show you what's going to be going on here, but not really. The first exercise I am supposed to do for this rehab piece is to lay on a flat surface, put my knees up here like this, curled in a way, and either your favorite spooning position and or prostate exam. It could be both at the same time if that's what you like. And basically I take my arm here, 90-degree angle. I've been doing this with a 3-pound weight. And then I go ahead and I try to go back. There's supposed to be a towel underneath my elbow. And I do that for 3 sets of 15, and I'm supposed to do that every day. And I can tell you that it has been so insanely difficult and hard to do. It's mind-boggling to myself. I feel like I'm watching Chris Bumstead doing a workout with like big giant dumbbells, like he's doing an incline press with gigantic dumbbells, and it's like, he's like pushing it, and then he's like has a half rep and he dumps it on the ground, but I'm just doing a 3-pound dumbbell to the side with some external rotation, and you'd think that, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So moving on, I'm gonna show you exercise number 2. Coming over here, it's called the shoulder taps on the table is what I'm supposed to do. It's supposed to be shoulder width apart. This is where things get tricky. And so it's got a diagram here of a person, and it looks maybe like it could be David Goggins, but it's probably not. That being said, and you just kind of lean over a bit, and you alternate this, right? You do this. And that's supposed to be 3 sets of 20 for three sets, and that's a daily routine as well. That one does not work well for me because anytime I'm in this sort of position and I'm putting pressure and I start to go clunk, 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 and this one doesn't like me either, so it's getting angry as well. So, but you know what? Move on. And that's what I'm doing there. And then the one that I can't really demonstrate on this one. It's a serratus activation. Okay, welcome. If you've never had the pleasure of sticking your arms up in a pillowcase, you've got to try it. Yeah, it's a new experience for me. So you put it up in there, and then you're supposed to be 90 degrees up against the wall, and then you push up. You're using resistance, so you're supposed to be pushing out in the case with your hands facing this way, and then against the wall and up against the wall, and you move until, and I'm supposed to, when it clunks, stop. Well, I got the range of motion of about an inch. So, and then the last one, and then this is typically where the evil recording device decides to chop me off for some reason, is this last exercise that I'm going to show you. And that is the bent over single arm scapular row. Not too much of an angle. I'm so used to different things. And again, this could be picture of David Goggins here doing this, but I would think that it might be for 1,000 reps and 100 sets, but I don't think it's him. And you're just, doing a row, right? Anything like that. Interesting thing about some of these is typically as I would do a dumbbell row would be totally different from this, because I'd be far more bent over and I'd have my back straight and I'd really be looking at pulling low. And this is much more like I'm up here and and same with the push part. I finally had to work so hard to put my chest out first to press that this is actually having me extended and rounded, which is the opposite of what I'm used to. So working on it. That's my rehab routine going on for now. All of these exercises are horrendously challenging and difficult. And that's what just blows my mind, right? I'm like, wow, I can think back to when I'd take this bar and put a bunch of weight on it, or anything else, and grab a 50-pound dumbbell easily and do rows, and I'm using 8 pounds, and I'm not a happy camper. I'm like, wow, talk about just complete loss, you know, of strength or whatever, muscles, all of it. And who knows what else. So there it is. Don't know what I'm going to do next. But those are some of the exercises I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not going to do them here for all of you. You can do, you know, whatever. Again, this is just my thing. I'm just sharing it. But more so what I'm interested in is like what's going to kind of evolve from this, and whether or not I am going to get back into a place where I can actually do actual exercises. Because right now my shoulder does not feel that way. And in the interim of that, then it's like, well, what then does this become if I wanted to start a channel that shows a guy who's over 50, who's able to work out, comes in, keeps working out, sticks to it, does all these things and all this stuff. And that's all gone out the window to kind of sort of present as to like what else you bring to the table. Could it be something like where I'm sharing some of my experiences? Who cares? Everybody else does. You know, what is the biggest thing I've learned after all these years of trying to work out and be fit? Warm up, stretch. Yeah, it's horrible. Don't, you know, as terrible as it may be, pick out a workout routine and decide what you're doing. Are you trying to get strong, or do you want to get big? And it's like, well, you know, well, if you train for strength, then you're going to get size and all this stuff. My experience, no, that's not my experience. I have tried to lean towards being strong because I definitely wanted to be strong. And if it came with the size, the sacrifice of there's other people I know plainly, they're not strong, they're big. I know other people who are really strong and they're not big, and it goes all over the map. So what do I know? Nothing. That's why I'm at the bottom. I don't even show up on an algorithm at this stage. I'm like, if you went to watch a site of just shoulder exercises or shoulder injury, and you went through the feed, I'm never going to show up. I'm just not going to be there. So, you know, I'm just talking to the birds in the trees right now. So any of you out there who actually do want to have some form of entertainment and or interest, you are welcome to throw out some different things that may be of interest to me and maybe to you.